But first to more local news, and the Victorian Ombudsman has found the state government breached human rights laws when it locked down 9 public housing towers in Melbourne. She has said the government should apologise, but she's kidding herself because the Dan Andrews government is a law unto itself. They face no real opposition from the baby powder soft Liberals and have become cavalier about selectively applying the law or even breaking it without fear of serious electoral consequences. Such is the arrogance of this Labor government that it is flat out refusing to apologise to some 3,000 residents in public housing blocks, even after Victoria's integrity watchdog found that the manner in which they were treated violated human rights laws. Ombudsman Deborah Glass found the timing of a draconian lockdown was not based on health advice and called on the government to apologise for, and I quote, the harm and distress caused by the immediacy of their lockdown. Health officials expected a lockdown, which the investigation found to be warranted, but they expected it to start the following day, allowing residents to prepare. But Premier Andrews announced an immediate lockdown at his press conference, leaving some residents without food and essential medicines. Remember, this lockdown was very different to the one experienced by the rest of Melbourne. It was akin to what you'd expect from the Chinese government. And with the exception of Wuhan residents being welded into their homes, this lockdown represents the harshest we've seen imposed anywhere in the world. But far from showing contrition, the Housing Minister, Richard Wynne, had the gall to say this.
We make no apology for saving people's lives.
What about
absolutely no apology for saving people's lives.
It's a little rich for the government that oversaw the greatest public policy disaster in Victorian history to brag about saving lives. Let's not forget that the rest of the country has a coronavirus death rate of just 4 per million of population, while Victoria's figure sits at 130 per million of population. While every other state and territory managed to get hotel quarantine and contact tracing right, Victoria failed abysmally, with the resultant lockdown seeing widespread economic devastation to add to the loss of lives. They don't just owe the residents of the public housing towers an apology, but they owe every single Victorian an apology.